June auto mechanic with a GR86. Just massive ITB. Race car ready K-truck. This is one I was really excited to see. Good looking B-series in there. Interesting rear over fender element. Oh my God, infected mushroom. What is up? Made it to Osaka Auto Messe. Let's get in and enjoy the show. Got a little Super GT display down there. First time here, so I gotta kind of find my way around and figure out what stuff is, but yeah, let's get in and check it out. A90s are definitely growing on me, and when they're done like this, holy cow, Super GT is like so rad. Look at that, just side tunnel extractors and this super hard wedge coming off the trunk. And like that, like just a big old 3D object sticking straight up. This is so interesting. Aero has evolved so much. Not the focus of the channel, but like off-road and overlanding, or you know, just that whole image is really catching on in Japan. Yeah, just a quick look at the Jimneys, because these are so popular on the street, but I mean, for real, look at that. That's sick. So that's a new body Jimny with like wide body and all the exterior bits added on. Oh man, this brings back memories. That bumper jack there, your boy caught one of those in the face right there. I got a scar from it, hit me in the face. Just went wham! Anyway, back to the show. And the turnout here is solid as well, man. I thought this would be a little less lively or less people than Auto Salon, and you know, this is the first haul and it's just already packed. At the cool booth, there's the new Z we saw at Auto Salon. So in the Gazoo Racing booth, Hachiroku pulling the crowd. This one was at Auto Salon, I just couldn't see it and the hood wasn't up, but beautiful 16 valve ITBs on there. Fujitsu header. And some super wrap steelies on there. And yeah, full bride gradation on the back seats too, on the door cards. So good. And the Gazoo Racing Hydrogen 8.6. It's got a hydrogen kind of refitted stock, you know, 16 valve in there. Looks so OEM, but yeah, not gasoline powered. And to complement the hydrogen, there's also an electric Hachiroku here. So you see the electric engine just chilling in there. Fits quite well, not too huge. Such an interesting strategy by Toyota to go with like, you know, the most loved chassis and then fit it with new technology, and it's pulling a huge crowd, both of them. Kind of, you know, cool to see them pushing the technology in a way that people, I don't know, maybe relate to it or want to see it. And GR parts with their heritage program. Notably, there's a JZ80 headlight down there. Maybe axles for a Hachiroku. Brakes, calipers, and stuff like that. Just all new parts for the old classics. So this venue is pretty interesting. You have like the main entrance over there, and then in this open plaza around it, you have all these buildings or whatever, halls, and those are all filled with cars. So that's what I'm working my way around. But if you're familiar with Tokyo Auto Salon, it's kind of like one strip of massive halls, and then one, you know, the north hall set off to the side. But yeah, it's kind of cool to, I don't know, just see a new venue. So retro conversion on the Slam Toyota Hiace. It's got the round headlights. I've actually seen one of these out in public. It's got the like orbital or whatever circle window back there. Man, a Hiace someday. They're a big box on wheels, but they can haul some stuff. How's that for a rear display? It's a samurai on the tailgate there, but yeah, full suit in there. Hello Special. These guys always have cool K cars, like cambered out K vans. So these are K trucks, but they used to do, when I kind of noticed them, they had the Suzuki Everys, very Yankee style, but yeah, they had Suzuki Everys slammed and make cambered rear axles and stuff for them. So yeah, pretty cool. They got a little crowd going. And the Hello Special booth continuing. Some Kaido Racer. This might be an old Cedric or a Laurel as a base. Built out with lips and overhanging front and everything. Massive spoiler, and check out the extra little wing. The OG ducktail wing. And number 2, look at this paint. The over fenders are all molded in, which is kind of cool. I usually see them like kind of riveted on, but very cool. Everything's molded in. The rear spoiler out back, smoothed in back there. Wildest race car ready K-truck you'll see. So it's a Hayabusa engine using a cappuccino rear member, rear subframe with cappuccino axles, just all one-off fashion, not a kit or anything like that. But just a cool, cool setup. Really neat details on the bracing going in. So Defi display, he's totally stripped out, roll cage going in. Bride, looks like Zeta 4 with the HPI harnesses, I do like that. Swinging Willwood pedals, like just so over the top for a K-truck, this is sick. And the front end, just as aggressive. It's a Suzuki Carry, reworked extensively. And the K-truck is by a shop called Amend, and it says Drift K-truck, so drifting K-truck. Yeah, so they said maybe about in May it should be running. They just need to do the harness and finish up the plumbing, and then it should be drivable, so that'd be cool. GR86 in the spec booth. Spec crossover, next innovation. But looks like maybe there are little under panels on it and wing. Man, there's so many people here. They got a little trim under the lip on the side and then a lip up front. Just exaggerating some of the features. So Suzuki K-car in the spec booth as well, all refitted with blue Alcantara, suede, I don't know, but man, look at the fitting on the seats, like no weird puckering. Even on the dash, door panels, like the interior is awesome. So this flavor we did not see at Auto Salon at all. This like much more, what's the build style? Kaido, Racer, Yankee, Bosozoku. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this build style was, yeah, totally absent at Auto Salon. Check out the Z Slam. These pull off super deep big wheels so well. This blue is so good. Look at these dogs. Oh my gosh. From a shop maybe, or team called Refect at the K-Brake booth. They're usually like Slam VIP cars, but yeah, we got a little Dardama Celica. And this is the flavor of the show, at least in this hall. You hear the music is just blaring. Man, it's so cool to see like some Slam VIP, bippu, you know, cars. There's just such a different variety. I keep saying it, it's such a different variety here. And like, hopefully this style is alive and well in Osaka, because I think these are the coolest things, you know, just this big wheels, Slam, VIP cruiser. Such a cool look. So when I think K-Brake, yeah, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I had the image in my mind. Look at this guy. Celsior maybe on, or Crown on some Imitzes that they, I don't know. Those aren't Imitzes. They just, I don't know what those are. They're sick though. Yeah, Toyota Century slammed out. That's what it is. Interior, recovered, redone again. All the seats. Look at the stitching on the seats. My word. Mega lights back there, but so much detail in these cars. It's all about the finish detail in these cars. Not crazy on the body, just crazy nice body work. Oh my God, infected mushroom. Dude, if anybody's seen Neko Punch videos, this is Sakia Hill's video right here. Oh man, so many memories. I'm telling you, you gotta find Neko Punch. His videos are like the most OG, switch, the most OG drift videos out of Japan. Like he was vlogging and making videos of his trips long before it was even a thing. And like if you wanna see some good driving, cool cars from the early 2000s, yeah, Neko Punch. He had a website, and then the website, I don't know if it's got updated, but the videos got transferred over to YouTube. And he used infected mushroom for all of his videos. So good. So just doing a little panning to show variety, because it's not, you know, large corporations taking up booth space. Like these are just shops or teams, you know, with space here. So like, look at this crazy variety. And look, there you go, look at the Imitzes on the van. And it just keeps going. We got a Crown going right into a legacy wagon on the new style SSRs. Slam into a GT86 or BRZ, I guess, on some SSRs, cambered and fitted, and some wide body on there I don't recognize. But yeah, just insane variety. This is so cool. Like, it's kind of like just a proper car show, less of a trade show. Here we go, T Demand with a GR86. Normally they're like more the VIP, low parts if you need aftermarket arms to make your big Toyota or Nissan go low. That's kind of what they do. They got big brake kit on there as well. But yeah, so for them to move into a chassis like the GR86, that's kind of cool, you know, versus maybe something more like this. Putting it on the ground. Here we go, this is what we used to see from T Demand, like all these, you know, short knuckles, aftermarket arms. They got you covered if you want to go low and you need all the extra geometry fixed to make that happen. Air systems. Really interesting new Lexus-y style-ish inspired front bumper on this GT86, but we'll get around to the wheels. Like mega worked fenders, aftermarket, but these brushed wheels are pretty darn spectacular. Endless calipers on there, heck yeah, look how deep those are. So 370 factory again, right next to that GT86 is this wild Aristo. Look how wide that is back there. So this might wrap up VIP area, but if you guys are like me, this had like a huge period in this, you know, the car scene, and then it kind of died out. But to seeing this many of them, it's really cool. All my old dudes, wasn't there like some brash arrow at one point? It says custom shop brash, but they're here with this like marble effect paint. I'm assuming it's paint, not a wrap. Oh man, I feel like I should whisper. This booth or this hall is so quiet. I don't know, there's definitely no music pumping and there's a ton of people, but I don't know why it's so quiet in here. This hall has like just the expensive cars, I guess, in it. I don't know, but this is a very interesting Porsche. Look at that squared off arrow. I don't know, like never seen one done like that. Look at that huge snorkel at the top. Mercedes AMG. You just get more expensive cars, you just get more expensive arrow. Fully decked out, kitted, wide body. These do have a really cool look to them. Drawing a crowd because I think people kind of relate to it. This is what they drive. The Abarth Machina edition. I looked them up after Tokyo Auto Salon because I was just curious, like what is Abarth and how does, you know, how does it work? Because I thought they're all Fiats, but no, they use a Fiat base and then they just rework it. I'm not sure if this is a special Machina edition because they have special editions that they do make. Nizo Low. I like that color combo. Lambo doors on a Lambo. So Triple S is here selling supercars. And this looks like some sort of kit car. I'm not sure what's going on here, but well, on their for sale list, what's this down here hiding out? EF9 baby. In the Yokohama wheel booth, they brought the Rundus Varis GR86. Cool to see this thing again. It's kind of cool to see it on the ground instead of elevated on that platform, but the details on the hood, details on the fender. You can check out the GR86 video on the channel, but this was, yeah, definitely a standout of Tokyo Auto Salon, and I think it's just a really, really cool, aggressive take on what a GR86 could be. Love the big check carbon. This is cool to see. It says a GR Corolla RZ Morizo edition, but yeah, to see one of these kind of, you know, fitted with cool stuff, not in, you know, 100% factory form. Maybe it's just some stickers and stuff, but it seems like it's got some little extra bits down there. These are going to be really cool. And there's another one right next to it. This one's from Fujitsubo. Again, showing off their exhaust. This time, here's the drivetrain of a GR Corolla. The post right in the way isn't helping, but these are cool. At the Tone Tools booth because I'm on a shopping mission for Hiroshi. What do we got? What do we got? Looking for an extractor set. Oh, you did it. All right, Hiroshi, we got it. Woo. One extractor set. Junction Produce, cool to see them too. This has got the Junction Produce Scara wheels on there. If you want an expensive set of used wheels, these things blow up every time, but completes your VIP look. Got the knot in the window. Junction Produce, so cool to see it. Like see them with a booth like this. Some OG tuning goodness here with Phoenix Power Special SPO. Kind of makes me feel better because sometimes you see it written as Phoenix's Power or Phoenix Power. Anyway, same thing, same place. But yeah, they got a lineup of cars here, a huge booth. We'll do a little walk around. Got a little Evo 10, piping, get a little breather through the oil cap there. New Subaru, more piping kit, getting street registered. Here we go, getting the good stuff. They got GR86 tucked back here with a RB26, HKS cam covers, Greddy and Greddy throttle body, Greddy plenum. Wow, Greddy fuel rail as well. And this is basically a full Phoenix Power crate engine setup. 17,500 to make the conversion easy. If you want, regular spec or 23 for a complete 4.1 or 4.1 liter. I mean, yeah, they got it all, doing it all. So that, it's just cool to see because they got all the different brands because they're just a tuning shop. They have their own products as well, but Endless, Aragasta coilovers, so good. Apex exhaust. So yeah, HKS, intercoolers, just using the best on the market to put packages together for customers in kind of like true tuning shop fashion. And the Big Daddy VR38 build, 4.3 liter complete engine, $40,000 to make the conversion easy. This R35 might have been at Attack Suzuka last year. We saw it running there. Maybe Taniguchi was driving this one? I'm not sure. It's on the channel though, but yeah. I don't know, I like seeing like this tuning shop type of vibe, just all these different customer base type cars that they support. At the D-Max booth, and this is what I think is kind of exciting. They've moved into also offering, not only offering, but like repair parts, offering like new power steering racks for S chassis, hubs, and then of course their arms and stuff like that. But they've been coming out with some more repair, restore type stuff. Vertex booth, goodness. At the Origin booth, and this is one I was really excited to see, the new aero for the GT86. Kind of got the traditional, old school aero vibes with the layout of the openings up front. Super wide. Super wide. They got their combat eyes for the 8.6 as well. Shark style front fenders. I'd like to see with just a smoothed out Type 3, 4 style on there, how that looks. Companies like this, like Urus now, and now Origin offering full aero for these cars, like it's gonna push these chassis to be more accessible. Usually in Japan, full aero kits are only 80,000, 90,000 yen. And then from the rear, there you go, they got some strakes. They did a nice job working with this weird rear shape that these cars have. Pretty snubby rear, but it's cool to see this take on it. They got the big duckbill on there as well. And yeah, big old ducktail on there. It's cool to see Hoskiken on the side. But yeah, it's like a full, I'm gonna say drifty kit for it, 8.6. I think this is pretty sweet. OS FR6 on the window there saying they have their 6-speed sequential, and I think that's what they're representing with the car. That's why they're on the side of the car as well. So right next to it is Naoki's S13, which is more than meets the eye. You'll know what's coming if you follow D1 or just Naoki in general. But yeah, we'll get to the front here. And there you go, supercharged LS in Japan. Tube front and all that going on. They're allowed to reinforce it back to the cage in Japan, not in, US series, but yeah, just funny to see an LS in Japan. And then kind of like Osaka in a shot there. And Naoki from the drift side, and Origin, and then Temple at the EG6 here as well. Temple Racing, good looking B series in there. Stock airbox. All the good stuff, but nothing extra. Look at this carbon front lip. 3D with the tire blocker risers on the side. Unparalleled on the bumper. Shop out of near Tokyo. Cool to see the Integra Type R strut bar in there as well. Like nothing is extra. It's just like really, really functionally built. They didn't, didn't repaint it. They didn't take the Type R sticker off. Just what you need is what's here. Spoon rear tower bar, completely gutted, bucket there, and a aluminum panel style dash, just flat. Could be carbon, I cannot see through the window. But yeah, just Spartan. Hybrid racing shifter. I've heard that's the ticket if you want a good shifting B series. Gas tank next to the driver. Voltex rear wing. On some custom risers off of a carbon roof spoiler. Super cool. And it's got the new Group B wheels on it. I think based out of America. But yeah, it's like 15 by 8 spec wheels. Cool, kind of like retro design. Yeah, so even though new wheels, they still very much match the style. Temple Racing. Yeah, good for the Honda guys. Good for the S-chassis guys. And then right next to that EG is the Extreme Time Attack EG. And this is wild. Look at all the extra tubing and plate work in the engine bay. Obviously it's K-swapped. Nice ram there for the ITBs, getting some fresh air in the hood. Working with the ducts. Carbon bumper, huge splitter. You got K-tune bracket down there, Hassport mounts. The K-swap stuff really gets sourced from overseas. Quaife sequential. Those are just massive ITBs. You could slide a tennis ball down those. It's so cool because like that is one step above where the DC2 is, and then this is like 3 steps above that. So the extreme evolution of like where it can go. Super wide front fenders. Spoon calipers on it. Nothing super oversized or crazy. Probably still super light car. Good looking tower bar as well. Aslan. So just talked to the rep from Aslan or Temple, standing here by the car. He explained it very nicely for me. But yeah, Aslan built the car and Temple is the driver racer. It's going to Scuba next week and shooting for a 55. It's 2.4 liter. Yeah, Quaife sequential. The throttle bodies, I wasn't sure on the size, but yeah, some big throttle bodies and just, yeah, beautiful, beautiful build. And out back, no shortage of carbon or wing. Carbon rear hatch, carbon rear windows. Really cool bolt-on over fenders. This, flared out side skirt to like match the profile. Carbon roof as well, so yeah, just everything they can do to get weight down. And the Temple sticker on the rear as well. Center exit, wow. There you go, a little comparo. More stockish form. Super Time Attack form. And then some good EF love in the booth as well. A little bit of everything. Again, gutted. No extra weight inside. Caged. Classic Mugen wheels. Like Osaka, when you think Osaka type livery on it as well. And if you're enjoying the coverage and want to see more videos like it, please hit the like button. That really helps me out. And if you're not enjoying it, please leave a comment. And that also really helps me out. Engagement helps me out. So yeah, drop a comment below. I do appreciate it. It helps make these videos possible. So yeah, let's get back to the show. At the Urus booth, we got Manapi, Nomuken, Nomuken Junior, but it's cool to see Manapi in there hanging out or selling merch, I'm not sure, but they got the Urus. Nomuken Junior's R34. More interesting than maybe the R34 is Urus has this Joy Cart, a little electric powered scooter cart that they are also looking to sell. Hey, look at that RSR. It's just cool to see so many different brands at this event compared to Tokyo Auto Salon. Unless I missed it there, but they have a JZ80. And yeah, it says Max Arito Supra, Ridox Aero, and it's cool to see the strut tops have all this carbon. It's like almost carbon doubling. Must be glued on, like reinforcing while also, you know, making a wheel well and cleaning things up. And then just, you know, going to the newer model. Hey, there's the Osaka Auto, big old Lexus. It's a big car. Wide body GR86 here. I'm not familiar with this one or the Aero, but it is super wide. Reworked lines. I gotta figure out who makes this. It's got a really interesting rear over fender element there. Like a super hard, flat, wide body extension there. The upper element's kind of neat. Always cool to see different people's interpretation of what to do with aero and wide body. All right, just got the details on it. And the brand is Zeno. And they just said, you know, they're trying to make like a GT 500-ish looking style for the streets that passes shock-in. You can see it's got a license plate on it. It's all road legal. They said they've driven it at Suzuka and stuff like that. And you know, the rear element there, they just wanted to make a continuous kind of line down the side of the car that would work with the wind flow, airflow. And this hood as well. This is their own original hood. All carbon, wet carbon, dry carbon infusion. But yeah, like I dig the front. You know, like it's super wide front. It's pretty cool. And there you go, very fitting. It's an Osaka company. So this is one car I really wanted to see at Tokyo Auto Salon. This is Naoki's GR86 coming, you know, this year. And what's really cool about this, or what I wanted to see, was this is Silk Blaze Aero on this one. So again, another original wide body kit for the GR86. And in, I think it was like an option video or something, Naoki was explaining this car and he's like, we're trying to make like a bad boys GR86 using the, you know, the in-style image and stuff like that on what is normally kind of a polished, refined car. They want to bring some real aggression to it. So you can see the crazy camber up front, but yeah, it's getting a JZ and all the normal goods. Again, it's got the, you know, extra additional elements there. Otherwise, I don't know, I thought the renders looked pretty cool. I'm gonna slip between them. The big vent in the side, it kind of just all works together really nice. And from the rear, you can see these rear fenders. I thought the render and what I saw online flowed really well. So I do kind of dig this whole Aero. Little under the tray splitter thing, rear spoiler. Of course, it's all cut out because, yeah, drift car. Radiator, sicky. Quick change down there. And the back seat deleted, but full sparkle rainbow flake everywhere. That's cool. Such attention on, you know, a quote unquote just a drift car. And there's some original wheels as well, in-style wheels. Look at the like through machining on them. Really, really intricate design for being a simple 5-spoke. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this Aero on like a street car, no livery. Really get an idea of the details on it, because I think it has the potential to be a pretty cool look. Valino in-style wheels, event price, 18 by 9.5 for 20,000 yen. I can dig it. Quad tips, Pandem Aero. It says Nanamaru Racing. This is all airbrush? That's a wrap. I don't know how they line it up on the seam so perfectly, but definitely. Okay, yeah, he just said it's all airbrush. The hood is wrapped, but got the jack still in there. Oh, the FRP smooth dash repainted. Yeah, pretty cool take on an EG. Big old T37Vs on there. Not what I expected to see, but Cusco messing with Teslas here. It looks like maybe just suspension for now on it. And of course some NK wheels. But yeah, Cusco, Tesla. So a couple BYD cars here. I've never seen BYD, but I asked, and it's a Chinese electric car vehicle brand trying to work its way into Japan. Yeah, they've really kind of brought it out this year, making a push. Big booth space, a couple more cars on display. Yo, some more OG goodness. June Auto Mechanic with a GR86. Cool to see the like June colors on a GR86. Let's see what we got for Aero. Carbon lip says June on it. And the side steps as well are June. That's pretty cool. June. It's got a little extra elements going on down there. And a SARD wing on it with some more June under spats in the rear. I guess pardon the pull, but there you go. So if you want to take your B16 or B18 to 2 liter, June has a crank for that. RB26, pistons, rods, Subaru, VQ35 cams, and a little K6A Suzuki, which is like their Wagon R or Jimny engine. But one of the biggest compliments I've heard for June was, and it's talking about like machine shops in Japan, it was a Japanese person who said it, but they just were like, you know, June is all like kind of based on skill. They don't just rely on the machines to tell them what's right. They really know what is right, you know, based on experience. So that's kind of like a cool nod for them, and you know, they're known for quality, but to hear like a Japanese person say it was kind of cool. All right, Derek, here you go, man. At the trial booth, the GR86 HKS supercharger on it. Not seeing any other bits on it. A trial body line, but aftermarket bits. It just says trial HKS supercharger debut, so maybe it's a respec HKS supercharger. Carbon trunk lid, and that is, yeah, trial original carbon trunk lid and hood as well. And yeah, just a nice OEM type style hood. From the underside, it's cool to see the, you know, original heat pad or whatever you want to call it. It's still matched up as well, running a factory hood release. Yeah, so in the raised booth, count the lugs, man. 6 lug. This is the TE37 XTR, it says. TE37 to the extreme. But yeah, 6 lug. 6 lug guys, get at me. Let's get some of these for your trucks. And if you want to get yourself any goods from Japan for your car, please reach out to me, nerdgold.jp. That helps kind of pay for all this travel and everything associated with creating videos. So if you want to support the channel, support yourself, support your build, I'd be happy to help you out, nerdgold.jp. Yeah, let me know what you're after. Send me the link and I will get you an estimate. So this GR86 done in like a, you know, light circuit spec, gutted interior with the cage. Engine looks pretty normal. Nothing really over the top, but maybe like enduro race or something of that regard. And Clave here again with their GR86, the Voltex hood on it looks so good. But yeah, all the under bits, panels, under side skirts, stuff like that, that's all Clave. And if you want your 400 to Z that maybe have a Ferrari-esque front end on it, there is, I guess, a kit out for that. Super wide, super slammed with Ghana doors fitted, but I think this is more than meets the eye. We have the new Z headlights, but there we go, Lambo doors on it leading back into Z33 taillights. So Z33 with a new Z front end on it. Super wide. The flare and the wide bodies executed really well. Super clean work. Oh yeah, rotary tuner, RS Pantera has an FD in their booth. BBS wheels looking fitted. And an NA3 rotor under the hood. Yeah, so cage fitted and their own RS Pantera rear carpet for the FD. That's kind of cool. You know, one of those things you don't really think about. Man, they got stuff on display. RS Pantera, yeah. Lower intake manifold, brakes, housings, starters, rotors. Well, there you go. They got a 13B FD3S Yo, it says, for FD3S peripheral port engine on display. 310 PS. There's a look at the peripheral ports coming right out of the side there. Man, so just had a good chat with the guys from Pantera about what's going on over here. So this is a multi-piece eccentric shaft. They're still kind of testing it out, like prototype, but it's all needle bearing in the middle, multiple piece, and that's a lightened FD one. You can see at the end, they machined into it to make it a little bit lighter. And it says with that, the torque increases right away. And these machined, lightened, lowers compression housings as well. Work on that. And this
I mean, this got so much stuff going on. That's an RX-8 housing, and then they go through and they machine it for better exhaust flow so you don't build up carbon in there. They do everything, and he's just like, you know, even this FD rotor, they use RX-8 side seals on it, just to kind of take the best bits to make things help increase longevity. But yeah, and asking him about like an RX-8, because I'm like, man, they're really cheap. What do you recommend for an RX-8? And he's like, well, you probably just think about buying the RX-8 and then rebuilding the engine immediately, because then you'll get like 30 to 40 horsepower back immediately. So he's like, don't turbo, just rebuild the engine, have fun with it. It's cheap, cheap fun bait. It's cool to see RS Pantera like doing well and putting some stuff out there for people to keep enjoying rotaries. More OG with Ings here. Got their A90 Super kit and the GR86 kit. Looking brought out two FDs, same one from Auto Salon and this like stone gray one as well. Yeah, it's cool to get a look at it in a different color. Just such a good looking kit. Up close with the Liberty Walk Silhouette FD. Oh, this might be another one. It's all re-liveried. Looks like maybe a Greddy turbo setup on there. Rolling right into another one. Traditional like Mazda livery. I mean, if you got two, you might as well have three. This one looking very Coca-Cola-ish in NA fashion. Cool to see an FD in NA form, but yeah, look at that setup there. And from the back, just a unique FD profile. At the Endless booth, just one for nostalgia. HKS coils and HKS V-cam. Maybe a Greddy surge tank, Greddy piping kit. Not sure on the turbos, but just a modernized but not over the top BNR32. So I checked the placard and it's running HKS GT3 RS turbos on it. But yeah, just like another tuning company offering HKS Greddy whatever fits the bill and is quality tuning bits to complete what a customer wants. Yo, how about that? A full-on concert going in the middle of the plaza or whatever here. I'm not gonna act like I know who it is, but it's cool they got a full-on concert going there in the middle of everything. At the Honda booth, very near the home of actual Honda. Yeah, we got the Sports Accessory Concept Civic. Maybe a little extra lip down there on the sides as well. Crazy deep blue. That's really neat. Yeah, side spats, or side skirts, I guess, that maybe just stick on-ish. Maybe another rear undergarnish there. And spoiler, similar to the Type R spoiler. I think this angle of the new Civic is pretty cool. A cool one to put on display, Honda R&D Challenge FK8. It's got a Veris sticker on it, so maybe it's got some Veris goods as well for the aero and such. But yeah, Honda sponsored or Honda prepped and used FK8 Type R. Race car spec, got like a little one-off carbon hood over the center console. Not pretty, just functional. And like fresh air coming in over there. And a Mugen rear spoiler, a rear wing on it. Truss on the bumper because Greddy exhaust on it. How cool is that? Center exited. One single. Some more proper race car stuff here from Honda. This isn't Indy or Formula One. This is Japan's Super Formula Series. But very much race car. Of course it's all carbon, but look at the lines, how smooth and flowing it is with like the flat bottom squared out around it. Going into like a tunnel back there. Such tip of the iceberg race car stuff, but yeah, really cool to see up close in person. At the Damned booth, just kind of proving the point again that outdoors and this, kind of rugged K-car look is really a thing. This is a new generation Suzuki Hustler, which just kind of has the square boxy look to it. It's a K-car, but yeah, you can just attach a tent right onto the back of it. A little nook for the back of your car. So at the Nissan booth, here's the new Z with the, you know, customized edition, but they completely redid the whole front bumper. So it's like they kind of realized themselves like, we need to figure out what to do with this huge square we have at the front of our car. I don't know, that's my only gripe with it. You guys know that if you've watched some of the other stuff, but yeah, otherwise I think it's got a lot of potential. And people lining up to sit in it and row through the gears, it looks like. You know, it's just such an interesting because it's not a competitor to the GR86. They both just came out at the same time and are rear-wheel drive coupes. This one just has a lot more horsepower. I kind of lean towards the GR86 in terms of styling and performance. Oh man, Osaka wins for sure. Look at this like food truck. This is like Matsuri food over here. We got the takoyaki. Over here we got yakisoba. Man, don't worry about bringing a lunch. There's plenty of food here. Yeah, here we go. Dad life to the extreme. Honda Odyssey slammed on some huge Workmeisters. You know, VIP style flares, you know, worked in there. Just super cool. These are cool because they got the K-Series, K24 in it from the rear. This says those are 12J minus 40, 19s front and rear. But yeah, the rear is 12J minus 40. Look at that thing. Odysseys kind of skirt the edge between wagon and van because they're a really short van. Like that's really slim across there. So it's just like right in the middle of a van wagon. Man, I can't get over this. Maybe VIP style is coming back or Osaka's bringing it back, but this is awesome. This one too, and some huge Emitsus. This is a Toyota Mark X, I do believe, but yeah, Emitsus are so fitting for it. You see like the worked metal flare. And you know, you have to go into the doors as well. Just so much work into making such a clean overall look. Another lineup, we got a Crown over there, Aristo there, and the front of the Mark X. Liquid Moly, another foreign company kind of working its way into Japan. I've seen them on a lot of stuff recently, so it looks like they're making a push. It's kind of interesting to see this here with no crowd. Maybe, you know, kind of the new wore off already. But yeah, the F40 wide body next to the other silhouette FD. But also, look at this light stand, a basketball hoop for a light stand, so cool. And a huge Liberty Walk hauler. Such a, like, just such a show. Just keeps going. What is this, Nissan President, Infiniti Q45? Yeah, there's like the traditional wide body flare for VIP fenders. Liberty Walk GR86. This is a style I really dig. Front bumper, I just like the flares on it. They're kind of like super wide, but also subtle-ish. Yeah, so it's cool to see kind of a toned down color one, you know, versus the Valenti one we saw at Tokyo Auto Salon. Rear fenders are pretty cool. So that's a wrap on Osaka Auto Messe. Again, there's just so much stuff at these shows that I can't cover it all. I just kind of highlight what I find interesting. So if you're gonna make a trip, it's worth it. Tokyo Auto Salon is worth it. Osaka Auto Messe is worth it. Like, there's just so much stuff, so much to see. It's just a real cool slice of like Jania tuning at the moment. So I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment down below, even if it's just like, hey Steve, thanks for the video. That really just helps push it up in the algorithm's eyes. It says, hey, people are enjoying watching this. So if you do that for me, I would really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Much love, be well.